Trump has officially announced a ceasefire in the Middle East, declaring an end to the 12-day war, and altcoins look primed to rally. Blackrock CEO Larry Fink says this is what's next for the crypto markets, and say has doubled in the past 7 days from one big event. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, Altcoin Buzz IO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright, good morning guys. What a day we've had in the markets yesterday. We had a pump in the market, and that came after Trump initially came out and said, hey, we have this ceasefire deal with Iran and Israel that was mediated by Qatar. And then there was this all these news reports coming out that Iran had actually never heard of the ceasefire deal. And so then the market was kind of confused. So we had a pump, a small little dump. And then afterwards, it came out that senior Iranian officials have confirmed to Reuters that Iran has agreed to a Qatar-mediated U.S. proposed ceasefire with Israel. So a pump, a dump, and then, another pump. And now right now we're kind of sitting at these local range highs. So I said yesterday when we were down here, if we somehow manage to get back above 106,800-ish, if we got back above there, we could be going to new all-time highs, but it wasn't that expected. But nothing is really expected with these news headlines that have been coming out. So we were down here, and I thought, it's probably possible that we take out these wicks, we come down a little bit lower. So we were heading down here yesterday. We're around $99,500, but then this news came out and we pumped instantly all the way back up here towards this range. And usually when these things happen, when we take out these ranges, so if we look at this like a range, so we have the top of the range here, the middle of the range here, and the bottom of the range. When we do take out both sides of the range, like if we come down here and take out this side of the range, we usually then immediately reverse to the opposite side of the range and take that out as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised in the next couple of days, even if in the next day or so, if we were able to come back up here to the range high again, because usually when we take out the liquidity on one side, we then immediately reverse to the other side, which is where it usually wants to go. So I wouldn't be surprised if we head back to new all-time highs very soon in the next day or so. But I think New York open today, I think it'll be pretty bullish, and I think we'll go towards new highs soon. Then we have a route here saying every major U.S. war mapped against the S&P 500 from Pearl Harbor to Iraq to today's Israel-Iran tensions. Each conflict triggered a short-term dip, but history shows war shock fades fast. Bull markets follow. So if we look here, basically he's saying, and this is kind of a long time frame chart, so you can't really see the micro dips. But we have Pearl Harbor, Korean War, Vietnam War, Gulf War, 9/11, Iraq War, and Israel-Iran War. So overall, the biggest dip in all of these, which isn't even mentioned, is COVID, which is this this big thing, which I don't think you can see my mouse. But yeah, so overall, the biggest dip here is actually COVID, and so all of these wars are just tiny little blips on the overall S&P market, overall market health. And so that's to say that usually these things are short-lived in terms of the market, not necessarily, the lasting impacts around the world, but in terms of just the market and dips, they are pretty short-lasting. Then we also have the Federal Reserve has officially removed the reputational risk factor that penalized Bitcoin and crypto. So the Federal Reserve Board announced that reputational risk will no longer be a component of examining programs in its supervision of banks. So this is very big for banks because the Federal Reserve is basically saying, hey, it's not a risk. You don't get like a penalty if you are not holding Bitcoin or crypto on your balance sheets. Then we have ECD Automotive Design, the biggest Jaguar and Land Rover customizer, just secured a $500 million equity facility to build a Bitcoin treasury. They'll fund Bitcoin stacking and offer upgrades via BitPay, including $21,000 worth of mods for the first 21 customers who buy Bitcoin. And then we have Michael Saylor explaining why Bitcoin will go up $1 million a year every year for the next 20 years. He says there will never be a better investment.
I think we're going to be $21 million in 21 years. I expect 21 million coins at a $21 million price in 21 years, and people ask, how's the network going to grow? It's going to be growing at 21% in 21 years. The volatility is going to be 21. And so you're going to see a volatility, and it's going to damp over time, but you got to be prepared for the volatility, for the surges and the drawdowns, the good days, the bad days. This is Bitcoin's annualized return looking back a decade, looking forward 2 decades. And you can see that the network was growing faster when it's small. That's totally rational. It's now in the mid-50s. What do I expect? I expect it will continue to grow exponentially, but as it approaches hundreds of trillions of dollars, it will decelerate to the point where it's growing about 21% a year. Now, how does that compare to the S&P? It'll be growing faster. In 20 years, it's still going to be the best idea. It's still going to be the most lucrative capital asset a company can hold. It's still going to be durable, vital. There will not be a better investment in the year 2046.
Hey Americans, we found an exchange that gives you the best of both worlds. Want to trade spot markets on over 400 trading pairs and without KYC? You can. Want to trade perpetual markets on over 150 trading pairs with KYC that accepts Americans and Canadians as well? You can. The only exchange we've seen in the market that lets you do both simple spot trading without KYC and perps trading with KYC that Americans can use is BYDFi. And they have a great new promotion going on right now where you earn more for depositing more money into your BYDFi account. BYDFi has a great new program for new users. So if you don't have an account yet and you've been thinking about getting a new one, now's the time. For smaller traders, deposit up to $1,000 and get up to $200 as a bonus. And for whales, for deposits of $5,000 up to $20,000, you can earn as much as $2,000 in extra cash in your account to trade with. But then it gets even better. If you sign up for a new account, you can join the new Telegram group where BYDFi gives you actionable news and trading signals. It's an exclusive trading signals group just for the Altcoin Buzz community. You get market analysis and news, as well as trading signals specifically for swing trading or scalp trading. So sign up for a BYDFi account today, earn extra cash in your account, and get access to our exclusive trading signals and news group, and deposit now to get your bonus, link down below. And then moving on, we have Avalanche. It's a new all-time high, 171 average transactions per second across all layer 1s and still climbing. Not just the C chain, it's an execution layer powering sovereign, composable parallel layer 1s at scale. While others talk scaling, Avalanche executes. Avalanche also shares Avalanche transactions over the past year. Network activity is surging, with C chain hitting all-time highs. We also have Emperor Osmo saying people are bridging into Avax $19 million over the past 24 hours. And at Token Relations says Avalanche C-Chain daily transactions has seen recent growth up to 176% on the month. More often than not, developers and users choose a blockchain based on strong activity and liquidity. Avalanche's blend of institutional infrastructure, like balcony tech, tokenization, and consumer or gaming apps, like MapleStory Universe, positions it to play a key role in the next phase of blockchain development. In tandem, this increase in AVAX activity and product integrations shows that the network can cater towards various niches and general DeFi use cases. Now, Avalanche has hit this range low for the third time now, and it is bouncing, so we have to kind of see if the rest of the market wants to continue higher. If it does, I do expect us to probably come back up towards this next level of $22, and now we don't want it to resist off this level. We want to break above, so if it comes back down here, it's not looking too good, so I'm more so looking for this situation where we break back above and then retest it to go higher. So once we get back above $22 and around 60 cents, that's where I'll be looking to long more likely, because right now we're kind of at the range low, and while it is usually a good place to bid, Avalanche just hasn't been one of the strongest coins recently, so there's probably better coins to be, longing or buying. So right now I'm just kind of waiting for Avalanche, as it hasn't been a very strong coin in the market just yet. So I wanted to show strength before getting into it again, and that would really be above $22.60. And then we have CryptoRS saying DeFi update, say is surging. From this week's low of 15 cents to 25 cents, the token has rallied 59%, ranking among the top gainers in the market this week. The key drivers are $263 million in DEX volume, a weekly record, the open interest jump from 98 million to 158 million, and shortlisted for Wyoming State's backed stablecoin pilot. Say isn't waiting for the markets, it's setting the pace. So we have our crypto talk saying, is Say the next Sol? The market cap and price doubled in just 7 days, and the Say network is now knocking on the doors of the top 50. This happened while the markets were bleeding and people were panic selling. So for key catalysts, we have a Wyoming stablecoin pilot selection. On June 20th, the Wyoming Stablecoin Token Commission selected Say network as one of 2 finalist blockchains for the Wyoming State stablecoin, the first U.S. state-issued fiat-backed stablecoin. Second, it's in the top 5 EVM chains. Say was second most active chain in terms of active wallets on EVM for the last month. It also has AI integrations and ecosystem expansion. So the Say network announced 2 AI-focused integrations in mid-June 2025, including AI oracles powered by Rivals AI and automated AI vaults with partners like Gaib and Takara Lend. These developments position Say as a key leader in the AI to AI micropayments and agentic economy, with potential market size projected at $200 billion. And the Say network also shares U.S. Bitcoin ETFs pulled $1.24 billion this month. Canary filed for a Say ETF, a groundbreaking step towards bringing Say to institutions. Say ETFs serve as a gateway for broader adoption, bridging crypto and mainstream markets. So SAY is actually looking really good. We pumped into this level here. We're now at resistance, but I think we'll break above here pretty soon. And if we can reclaim this level, this is a great area to get into it, around 27 cents, probably at least up to this next level, around 39, 40 cents. As the next level of major resistance, but SAY is looking pretty good once it reclaims this level. It's, it's much farther ahead than other altcoins right now in relative terms to its market structure. So other altcoins are probably down here, but this one's all up here at its next level of resistance. So overall, SAY is looking pretty good. And once we break back above this level, I think it's off to the races for this next level of resistance around 40 cents, and then hopefully higher towards these 70s afterwards. But overall, SAY is looking pretty good. And then moving on, we have Larry Fink, CEO of Blackrock, saying the next generation for markets will be tokenization of RWA. So he said this:
I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement.
So for our first RWA altcoin today, we have breaking news from Plume. Plume investors and core contributors have elected to push off token unlock date to January 2026 to show they're aligned with evolving regulatory best practices, particularly in the US. As it brings added clarity and accountability to a contributor and investor base, Plume is clearly not just in it for the money. They truly want to bring tokenized institutional investments to the retail trader. We also have CryptoRank sharing Plume is a leading chain by holders for non-stablecoin RWAs. Plume Network success is mainly fueled by innovative use cases, smooth onboarding, and regulatory alignment. Although its RWA market share is still small, the potential is clear. So we can see here, top 10 chains by holders for non-stablecoin RWAs, and Plume is number 1 at 93.7K. Then we have Teddy saying another day, another all-time high for Plume's RWA holders, closing in on 100,000. In just 2 weeks, 50% of all RWA holders across all of crypto are on Plume. Outside of Ethereum, no other network has more than 3% of the total holders. RWAs are no longer just tokenized T-bills that 10 wallets in the Foundation holds. Users are now holding, using, and earning from a plurality of RWAs on Plume, including mineral rights, ETFs, CLOs, T-bills, private credit, real estate, and rare earth minerals. Now, Plume is one that we talked about a while ago, and I believe, so Plume is one where all this good information is coming out, yet the price is tanking. And I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, probably the end of May. We were saying we either want to consolidate here and form a base because it's just been down, or it might go a little bit lower, and then wherever that base forms, that's where we want to enter. So we had drawn this out thinking, hey, maybe a base will form around 10 cents, but it's gone all the way down to around 7 cents, and it still hasn't formed the base yet. So this isn't an area where we want to get involved just yet, because we want it to form some kind of base where we can see it go like this sideways for a little bit, and then we eventually take off and we buy it once it does reclaim a level of support. So we want to wait a little bit longer for this on Plume, because it has just been down for a while, and it usually takes a couple weeks to a couple months to form a level of a base like this, where it will then take off again. We don't want to see it just V-reverse, because if it V-reverses like that, usually it comes back down much quicker. So we want to see it build this base where buyers and sellers, they're accumulating, and people are starting to buy this for the longer term, and not just a short-term quick flip. So ideally, we want to see this base form. We want to buy on a higher low form, and then eventually it will take off, but not yet. So we want to wait a little bit longer for Plume. And our second RWA coin today is Ondo. So Ondo has broken a TVL all-time high at $1.418 billion. Markets are now bullish given Iran retaliation is complete. You'll never see Ondo at these prices again. Keep on buying. And we also had Ondo recently share that today we're announcing the Global Markets Alliance, a historic alliance of leading wallets, exchanges, and custodians to bring capital markets on-chain and set standards for interoperability of on-chain stocks. This alliance includes the Solana Foundation, the BitGet Wallet, the Jupiter Exchange, Trust Wallet, Rainbow.me, BitGo, Fireblocks, 1inch, and Alpaca, with more to come. But why now? Well, tokenized real-world assets are going mainstream, and infrastructure must be ready. We're not only building the infrastructure to power that future, but setting the industry standards for the future of on-chain finance. Together, the alliance will help shape the best practices and standards for tokenized securities around interoperability, investor protections, liquidity, and composability that streamline users' access to tokenized RWAs. And lastly, Ondo also shares the race to mainstream on-chain stock trading is clearly underway. Ondo Finance, a leader in tokenized U.S. Treasuries, and Coinbase, the largest U.S. crypto exchange, are staking early claims in what may be regarded as the next big trend of Web3 finance, on-chain stock trading. RWA TVL has grown 46% this year, with tokenized equities poised to accelerate growth. So that is Ondo, and Ondo's actually looking pretty decent. It has reclaimed the bottom of this range. So we took out all this, we broke back above. Now, if we can hold above here, if we can hold above 74-ish cents, this looks pretty good to go at least to this next level of resistance around 89 cents. And then above there, I'll start to get really interested because above 93 cents, we are going towards about $1.17 pretty quickly. So if Ondo can hold above this range today, if Bitcoin wants to hold up as well, I think we'll pretty quickly break through here and then get towards 93 cents again. And once we're above here and holding, then I think it's pretty quick we get to $1.17. So overall, Ondo looking pretty good. We took out the stops here, and so I think that's a pretty good area for it to be kind of a bottom, at least if Bitcoin wants to hold up and the whole ceasefire thing holds up as well today. I think that's probably a pretty good area as a bottom, and now I just want to see us either go sideways and hold here or continue back up towards this next level of resistance again. So that's Ondo, and that is the video for today, guys. I think it'll be pretty telling what happens at New York Open today if we start to pump. I do think if this whole peace time and ceasefire holds up, I do think Bitcoin will pretty quickly travel from one end of the range around 100,000 back to the top of the range towards $111,000 pretty quickly. So I do think this this goes up in like two daily candles. So hopefully this holds up. I think better times are ahead for crypto and altcoins as well. And that is the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.